open Wednesdays through Sundays beginning at 4:30 for cocktails and light fare. And you don't need a ticket to enjoy the great atmosphere of Maggie's. So stop by Crooner's Supper Club off Moore Lake and Highway 65 for dinner, drinks, and live music from both big-name local and national artists. Cafe Latte combines a cafe dining experience with gourmet quality food. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
Magus Books, your multicultural spiritual supply store. Stop in and expand your horizons with books, classes, readings, and supplies at magusbooks.com or in our shop at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis. From the best incense to beautiful statues, we have supplies and books for your spiritual explorations. Come in and chat with our knowledgeable staff and get what you need for your next adventure, whether you're fighting ghosts or opening your third eye. Check us out today at magusbooks.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Heavy snow continues tonight with an overnight low of 20, then sunshine on Thursday with a high of 29. The renowned political satirist Randy Rainbow is bringing his tour to the State Theater in Minneapolis Friday, February 23rd. Don't miss the Randy Rainbow for President Tour. Get your tickets at randyrainbow.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken.
And this is Ghostbox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakken. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope everyone's having a romantic evening. But if you're like me, you're not, and that's okay. But all the same, it's nice. Now, if you're listening in the Twin Cities, of course, we're being snowed on. Isn't that romantic? And even with all of that happening with snow and whatnot, we still are able to have Adam make his way across town through all of this for the sake of our listeners to keep the show alive. Adam, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, the Sherpa didn't quite make it. I thought I was looking for the Yeti. Turns out I'm just running aboard for the night. But other than that, the roads kind of stunk.
I'm sorry.
But
and I have to say, honestly, thank you very much for making your way. Because, folks, if you're listening on the radio, I am at home. And Adam took the time, and him, his wife, and they made sure to get out there. And thank you, Adam, very much for doing that. That is really cool that you did that. And people, it's just like one of those things we just don't take for granted. Someone putting in that kind of effort. So, Adam, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, and thanks for having this show tonight. And if I wouldn't miss one of my nights on Ghostbox Radio.
Oh, well, that's very kind.
Come hell or high water. Or snow.
Or snow. Yeah, no, it's very, very much the case. Before we get to our guest tonight, psychic medium Deb, Refined Divine, I do want to just thank everybody who came out to the AM 950 listener event last night at the Park Tavern. That was a lot of fun. Once again, Adam, I'm so sorry that you were not able to make it. Maybe next time someone will tell you more than 5 minutes before it actually happens. But it was a lot of fun, and we met a lot of people, and I think, Adam, this is why I hope that you're able to get out there, and we'll get you to the next one, is hearing people who really like the show, who are able to tell us not just like, oh, it's a great show, but be like, oh, when this person was on, or when you talked about this, or when this happened, the very like specific incidents in the show. It was like, you know what, we have some great listeners out there who pay attention, and they really like the content that we're putting out there.
I'm actually glad to hear that, even secondhand. That makes me feel very good about what we're doing here.
It is. It's really cool. It's really cool. And then I said, well, you got to tune in tomorrow night, which was yesterday. So it's tonight. I know it's very confusing. But because we have psychic medium Deb, Refined Divine, and she is on tonight doing 1-question readings. And folks, you remember how we did this last time? As soon as I say it, she just disappeared from the screen. So we also said if we lose her, Adam will be singing tonight, and that's just kind of how it goes. And we were joking, Adam, but it's kind of looking like you're going to be singing here. Very, very well. But she's gone, just like that.
We lost her.
You got the ukulele kind of all sort of, kind of.
Gling, 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 gling.
You're tuning it. Do you tune ukuleles?
I don't know.
Okay.
My kids got one. I should have brought it.
Who knew, right? Who knew that that is the case? Let's see here. Where are we here to get her back on? Because I see her, and I don't see why I cannot get her back on stage. Add to stage. There we go. And now we just do this. This is one thing I love about this show, Adam, is that everyone gets to listen to how we try to make it through the show. That's just like really
how we verbally walk ourselves through it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so you have to touch this, but not that button though, because that destroys the station. So, I mean, why do we have a self-destruct in there? I've never understood that, but,
but she's in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder if she's getting the same snowstorm we're getting.
Well, we have some rain and some stuff here. Yeah.
Okay.
But is it wintry mix then over there?
Yes, just starting.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, we're just wrapping up, so enjoy. Enjoy
so the first question is here that Julie is asking: is Adam taking requests? So Adam, start thinking about that in case we lose Deb again. It's just kind of how it works sometimes. So, but we'll keep going. So here's the thing, folks. This was so much fun last time. Deb answered so many questions. We are going to do it again tonight. Ask questions about your future, what's waiting for you. She has done some mediumship, so if there's something along those lines you're interested in, ask her. But what we kind of don't do is that unless something's changed since about 3 weeks ago, Deb, you're still not a doctor, right? She's frozen. I think I broke her. I think
Frozo's
kind of moving there, and this is
but no, she is not doctor.
She's not a doctor.
Keep losing you.
Yeah. It's odd, isn't it? It's odd. It must be our weather, to be honest.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, it must be.
Everything was kind of rolling slow over here as it is, not just because we're still using Windows Vista.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with that whatsoever. I did accidentally one day look under the console in the control room, and I did see the little hamster running in its wheel, trying to keep it all going. And you know what, Adam, that dude's tired. He's just tired.
I'm shocked Chester's still alive.
Well, they don't talk about him that much anymore because he's well beyond his age of a hamster that should be living. But he's muscular because he's been running that wheel in underneath our studio for about 15 years. They only have a lifespan of 2 years, but you'd want him behind you in case of a scrap. Let's just put it that way.
The visual just ran through my mind of a roided up hamster is amazing.
With a switchblade, like come
exactly.
On, and like one of those Miami like short sleeves that are buttoned down so you can see its like chest. Come on, what you doing? Come on, let's go. Let's do this. You know what we're not doing at the moment? We're not doing questions. We lost Deb again today, and she's back kind of. Let's see. This is kind of the This is kind of the fun part of the show. It's like, how many times can we get her in and out? Hi there.
Wisconsin dial-up modems.
Yeah.
Do they even make those anymore? Dial-up modem?
I don't know if we could blame Wisconsin or on your side at all. I don't know. I just always feel I just assume when we have technical difficulties, it's the station. That's just where my head goes right away.
I am gonna put it on the weather tonight because kind of hanging down on a couple of the lines when I was walking in. You could see them kind of droop.
Yeah, but you know what works for this though, Deb, is that while we've been trying to get it figured out, people have been putting questions into the chat. And also, folks, as we've been saying, as we said last time, we're going to say it again. Do you want your question at the front of the line? Then call in 952-946-6205. It's 952-946-6205. We are taking calls. And if you're like, well, I don't know if we want to do this or not. Let's do a couple of these. Are you ready, Deb?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see. Now, somebody did ask for any, if Adam was taking any requests in case you weren't able to get back on. And then we were going to just have Adam answer the question. So I'm glad that you're back. And nothing against you, Adam. I'm sure you're an amazing medium. We haven't tried you yet. So the first question is, Julianne says, I would like a reading. My question is, will I receive more money than I originally thought for my upcoming book contract?
She's thinking about going with a different publisher. I feel like there's there's more to that than what meets the eye. Like there's a different decision that she could make, and this would bring more income.
Okay. So you're kind of saying that if it's a kind of a question of whether, based on what the situation is now, not changing, versus that there might be actually the real question is, do I want to change something up maybe?
Yeah, so it's something with the publisher or whoever she went through, something about the cut they take or something like that. Like she could definitely do her own, or she could like take on her own is what I'm getting. Like there was like an opportunity for her to do it a different way, and she should take that if she's looking for a bigger cut or like to receive more than originally that was going to come.
Well, it sounds like Julianne is actually on the phone right now. So let's bring her on. Julianne, this is your question, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So do you want?
I didn't get it all.
Okay. Did you want to do you want to ask the question again? And if there's anything, like if Deb has any questions, she'll follow up then.
I'm just curious. Like I had a dollar amount in my mind, and now I'm like rethinking that and thinking, I'm worth a lot more than this. This content's like top, like calling, more than what an impeached president got.
So this is what I'm feeling, hon. This is what I got right away as soon as he asked the question. Because you went through somebody that was going to give you the money and then they sell the book. So there's a different way you can go about it, where you'd be like your own publisher or like your own backer, and then you could republish it and sell it on your own. So you'll be making the money that way instead of selling it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, I do have another book, so that's something else. So it's a specific book. I wasn't planning on doing self-publishing, but yes, that answers my question.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
it's all about how you're going to market it, and it's all about how you're going to put it out there. So back yourself, right? And then have somebody that knows what they're doing and kind of because you have a lot of connections out there. So watch your connections, and so ask. You never know unless you ask. The more people you ask, the more information you're going to get.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now I have a question for you. I have a question for you because I see you in the chat quite a bit, and I always say your name. Should I say it as Julianne or just Julie? What do you prefer?
Julianne, fine, either way.
Okay, because I thought to myself every time, I'm like, am I doing that right? And just I always like getting names right because my name, no one ever seems to get right. So it's just like, it's always something that's important to me to try to get people's names right. So that's why I was asking.
After the book comes out, you just can call me the Julie, like the dude.
Oh, wow. The Julie. All right. Well, I appreciate the confidence. That's for sure.
Okay.
All right,
you guys
Julianne.
have a great night, and thank you so much.
Thank you for calling in. All right. Should we take one more before we go on to break?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Michelle says, my question is, am I going in the right direction for my healing journey?
Okay, Michelle, I was looking at, I have to look at Dave's phone to see the text because the text isn't up here. So that way I can link to her energy with what she wrote. So looking into Michelle's energy, it looks like that you've decided to take a different path as of recently, and that with your healing journey, you're deciding to implement more things of the metaphysical world as an energy healing. Yes?
So, Michelle, if that resonates to you, can you let us know in the comments, please? Unless you do telepathy, Deb. I don't know what you do. I don't. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if you said, yeah. Michelle says yes.
Yeah. So definitely yes. So I feel like you're going to get a lot of ground made here, and a lot of emotional stuff is going to be dispersed, and you're going to feel a lot better real shortly. I see a huge jump in your energetic field within a short time here. It'll be really good for you.
That's great. And then are you able to kind of like figure out people's energy just by like seeing their name? Like this guy, Ernie Pack, he just seems to always be up my, backside. And I was just wondering, can we put hexes on him, curses? Can we banish him to another dimension? Because, no one likes a troll, right? I mean, that's, it's.
Well,
Ernie is a good guy.
I had a troll on mine the other night that kept calling me a hussy. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, there is that. Oh wow. And I was just kidding. Ernie has appeared. I think the number is too many times on this program, and he's just like, Greg is a tough name to get right, and it's just like, yeah. And a couple of them were being hilarious on there about my comment, and that's great. We all have a sense of humor until I start banning you all. No, I'm just kidding. Let's do this. Keep your questions coming in the comments. Don't forget, you call in at 952-946-6205. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to do more readings with psychic medium Deb, also known as Refined Divine. You're listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
In the heart of the Northeast, there lies a hidden beast, a dragon's lair at the crossroad, guarded by the maiden mother crone. A treasure trove of spells galore, discover incense, books, jewelry, and more. Just as the oracles foretold, this is where your mystery unfolds. As the shadows creep and the veil gets thin, do not fear what lies within. Magus Books is where your journey begins. Visit us at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis, or online at magusbooks.com.
Hello, I'm Jody, also known as Witch Jody on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
Hi, this is Philip Anthony, the host of the Downright Upright Show, which is on the air on Saturdays at 5 p.m. I personally want to thank you for supporting my show and for supporting AM 950. So in turn, we want to celebrate you by dedicating February as Listener Appreciation Month. All month long, we will be giving away prizes to our listeners and creating ways to better connect with you. Follow AM 950 social media accounts for chances to win. So join us by making February fantabulous.
And welcome back to Ghostbox Radio. My name is Greg Bakken, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you who are taking part in that. I really, truly hope that it's been a good day for you. Our guest tonight is Psychic Medium Deb, Refined Divine. And Deb, I just want to kind of clarify something from the last segment there, and I'm just going to quickly unmute you there. From the last segment, I did mention if we could banish Ernie to another dimension or something. I just thought to myself, if it's too tough to do that, can you just get it so he could be struck by lightning or something? Just something more, in this dimension. The funny thing about it, it's not so funny. We just had a commercial with Philip Anthony on. He does one of our shows that is, very much about inclusion and stuff, just as this whole station is. And Adam, I'm laughing because I'm listening to that commercial and he's just like, we accept everyone. And here we come back from break and I'm asking a guest, can you strike a listener down with lightning, please? I mean, I don't.
Ernie, there are exceptions for everything.
truly.
Ernie, just kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been accused of worse, so
we are you got to have fun on Valentine's Day, especially when you are lonely like me. So here we are. We're doing one question readings tonight, and thank you everyone who's putting your questions into the chat room. Don't forget, we have our lines open tonight. And as I've been saying, if you call in at 952-946-6205, that's 952-946-6205. There's no such thing as long distance anymore, fees at least. So you can call in from anywhere, ask your questions. We're going to the phone lines right now. We have Emily. Emily, how are you doing tonight? Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thanks. I didn't do anything. I'm
welcome to the club.
I was gonna say poor Ernie, and you guys who hurt
no
you.
One's ever said, no one's ever said that. But seriously, we'll figure out that lightning
screaming in the background. Sorry, everybody in the world.
No problem. What you got for us?
So, Deb, I love you. I talked to you the last time you were on, and you are fantastic. So, hello.
Hi.
Hi. My question is, who are my spirit guides?
So spirit guides actually don't have names. So what happens is us here on human earth want to put names to guides because we want them to be more human. Guides are something that come with us when we are born. We have these energetic fields that are around our bodies that are a connection to the other side. And what I'm hearing from you is that you hear your guides quite often. So it's the softness in the nothingness of where you hear them. Do you know what I'm talking about, Emily?
I think so. Yeah, I've always kind of attributed them to family members, or is that a different thing?
So guides have never been alive. They are not souls. They are not humans. They have never been here on the physical plane other than to be our guides. So they're an energetic field that are around us, and they don't have a face. And people like to put names and faces to them because we our egotistical earth brains like to think we have control of them, which we don't. So they are just energetic fields that are from here to the other side. And that is the information downloads. Do you know how you're kind of putting something together and all of a sudden you get the download of how to do it and you don't know where it came from?
Yeah, all the time. I always just thought it was my ADHD.
No, that's them. So
That's
that's
awesome.
them. You're getting that from the other side, and they're your helpers. So a lot of us are really good at a lot of things. Like we could be cookers, we could be builders, we could be nurse-like, we can be all the things, but you have different guides for all the different things that we are here on this earth. So light workers have tons of different guides. When I look at them, they're all lit up.
Yeah.
It's like we're like a beacon.
For I'm sorry, I missed that. I'm so sorry, I missed that.
That's okay. So when people are lit up, like when I look at them, they have energies all over them. They look like a beacon. It's like a beacon of light that shines out for everybody to see. That's why a lot of humans are attracted to us and they don't know why. It's because we have so much light from the other side working with us.
That's like actually beautiful, and I love that.
Yeah. Well, I love you. I love your energy, and you are pretty light. You have a pretty big beacon.
Shoot, the last time I got lit was 10 years ago, so I'll take it.
And on Valentine's Day too. Who knew, right?
Yeah, probably, for real.
All righty. That's great. Is that everything, Emily?
Yes, that was perfect. Deb, you're amazing. Everybody else call in. It's just a different experience to call in, you know?
Yeah, and I love it with one-on-one with voices. So much easier than tapping into somebody's text. I mean, I still can do
Right,
it,
exactly.
but
so
it's
much.
just a lot easier. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Emily. Really appreciate the call tonight.
Thank you, guys.
All righty. And you know, I think that's going to be that's probably tough for people to hear in a sense. So like, oh, your spirit guide isn't going to be grandpa, you know, that sort of thing, because it makes that connection much more closer. But there are some realities, it sounds like, that goes along with how this works, that sentimental values may not really necessarily apply.
Well, they are around us all the time, and that
Yeah.
is true. Like literally, you just call upon them, and they're right there. And they can be guides to us. We can ask for their assistance at any point in time, and we can always reach up to them, and we can ask for them to come on in and enjoy the time with us and be there and connect with us and give us signs and all the things. But they just aren't your spirit guide. They're a total different thing. They're a soul that was reabsorbed back into the other side, and then we'll come back to this earth again. So spirit guides don't do that.
Absolutely. Well, that's a great explanation. Thank you for that. Once again, we're doing one question readings with psychic medium Deb, Refined Divine. Where can they find you to do the like if they want to schedule an appointment with you?
So I do appointments Tuesday through Thursday, and I have a Galesville shop and a Holman shop, and they can do via Zoom, iPhone, or Messenger on Facebook. So we have all kinds of options where they can have one-on-ones with me. We have as simple as 5 written questions also, because some people don't want to be seen. They just want to ask their questions. So we do a $45 options where you can just write some questions out and I can answer it, and then it goes up from there. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30.
That's great. And, you know, I mean, I think it's really interesting, you know, important for people to kind of think about that, because, you know, you think about how, you know, you're doing these one questions, and you're kind of opening up the world, and just imagine what 15, 20 minutes or whatever it is.
And really 15 minutes is all I really need. I mean, it's just amazing, because obviously you see it speeds up real fast. Spirit is incredibly lightning speed. And it comes out and it's just there.
A faster modem than what you have at Wisconsin to connect with us tonight,
Correct.
for sure. Yes, very much so. Let's do another question here. We have Carrie, and I'm going to put it up on screen here. Carrie says, I experience so many strange things, from encounters with animals to what I see, hear, or feel, or just know. What is the reason? It can be really overwhelming.
Okay, Carrie. So what's going on, honey, is that your gift is of the animal realm. So you are what we call an animal healer or an animal communicator. When I look into your energy, you've been this since you were little, even with bugs or worms or, small birds, all the things. And so the overwhelming feeling, honey, is your connection with them. So what I would like you to do is start connecting, like practice it. Practice your connection, like know that you're going to connect with them and, stand next to them or within their essence of where they are, and practice that connection and get the emotions that they're trying to feed to you. They're not thoughts, they're emotions and they're feelings, which you already know. But I want you to practice turning it off and turning it on. And how you do that is through your heart connection.
Wow.
That will help a ton. Because
And I
what's
think
happening, Greg, is that she's just opening up at all times and she's being overstimulated.
now also, and I think this is such a really good question, and because I think it's a good question because I run into so many people who maybe not, are doing their Dr. Doolittles over there and being able to talk to the animals and stuff, but are that they are overwhelmed by all of it and they don't know what to do with it. And I've talked to people as well who don't like to go out because going to some of these places that have a lot of people at it, they are very much they're overwhelmed by it. Do you offer classes or anything that helps them as well? I mean, you gave away a nice exercise for her, but if there's more that can be done,
Yes.
maybe.
Absolutely. Mondays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock every single week, I give classes. We do package bundles where you get 10 classes for $100. So it's very affordable.
Yeah.
It's an hour-long class, and you do it through Zoom or in person in Galesville and Holman. And I tell you, Greg, we have people that were, completely agoraphobic, couldn't leave their homes, anxiety-ridden, so gifted, thinking they were schizophrenic, all kinds of labels on them from the medical field. They started the classes, and 3-4 weeks into it, they are almost cured because they just learned, like, they're just gifted and they just need to learn how to manage the gifts. So I've done all the work, guys. I've learned to manage my gifts, and I've worked very hard at it so that I can reteach it to all of you. And that's why I do what I do.
I think that's amazing. That 10 classes for $100, $10 a class. That's incredible. That's really, really cool. And it makes me think too. And I've had this conversation before when I've had like demonologists on and stuff, or exorcists on and stuff, and how many times what they run into has been misdiagnosed, where everyone's like, it's demons, it's this, it's that, and in fact, no, it's just it's something else that can be treated without trying to drive out spirits or something.
Well, here's the thing that people need to understand is that when our frequency level is low, Greg, we'll line up with things on the other side that are of lower level because they're just like humans. We are either a high frequency or a low frequency. And if we're at a low frequency, we can line up with low frequency things on the other side. And that's how things get to us. And that's how we hear things. That's how we feel things because we're at that level. So it's about building that energetic field up and feeling better about yourself. And so in the classes I teach, self-love is key to raising your vibrations and to tapping into all of your gifts so you're at that frequency up here and not down here.
We're doing one question readings tonight with psychic medium Deb, Refined Divine. It's been a great night. We've even had some people call in. Once again, folks, if you want to get to the head of the line, call 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. You've heard two callers call in already, and I can guarantee neither of them spontaneously combusted afterwards. It's a painless experience, but you can also put your comments into the chat. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can watch me over at Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken on Facebook. We see Kathy. Now, I'm curious about this question, Deb, because I've always been told that if somebody wants any kind of mediumship or reading, they should ask it themselves. Kathy says Colleen Geis wants to know if her friend Branston can hear her and is he okay? Thank you.
The reason why they should ask themselves is because what happens when you ask for somebody else is that I don't have permission. So I've just said to my guides and my energetic self that it's okay for anything else to come on and knocking on my energetic field.
And Kathy did respond. She said she is here. Colleen is here. We're just using my phone.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So there we go.
Okay, perfect.
Let me reread that for you.
Sure, reread it.
Colleen Geis wants to know if her friend Branston can hear her and is he okay?
Absolutely, he's okay. So this is somebody that she was in the healing field with, or they were like metaphysical together, or like a spiritual kind of practice. He is very well. He fought very hard. It looked like that it took quite a bit of time for him to pass, but once he did, he was there like that, like seriously, like boom, he was there. And so he just says that he comes around and gives signs. I'm seeing a feather and I'm seeing wind, and there's something with grounding when she's grounding.
Okay. Wow. Very cool. Kathy, I hope, and Colleen, I hope that helps. Once again, we're doing one question readings with psychic medium Deb, and you can put your questions into the comments, but you can also call in 952-946-6205, which is where we're going to go right now. We have Carol on the line. Carol, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
So nice to hear your voice.
Yes, I'm always listening to your show. It's fabulous. And
Well,
I
thank you
love
very
listening to Deb when she comes on.
Oh, that's great. What you got for Deb tonight?
Well, I'm never good with wording things, but I'll try and figure out how to say it. Since I've been a little child, I've always had what people called an imaginary friend. And this little friend was always named Maxie. But I know in my heart and in my soul, this was very real. And to this day, I still feel Maxie around me. But who is Maxie? Am I crazy? I always thought, well, maybe it was like a guardian angel or a guide. And now I just heard you say that guides don't have names.
So this is just going to blow your mind. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Twin brother.
Oh, a twin brother.
When you were born, it feels like that he didn't get born or he didn't come to fruition. You know, like you guys were in the womb together, but he disappeared. You know how the babies don't come to full term sometimes?
Yes.
It feels like he was your twin and meant to come with you. And so you're still, so a lot of twins, honey, when they're like on the earth here, you know how connected they are? They can feel each other and they can feel each other's thoughts and all the things. Matthew's your brother.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, so he didn't make it to the earth realm. So he disappeared while he was still in the womb. Like sometimes, you know, the fetus dies off before it's even come to, you know, physical realm. And that's exactly what it is. And you and Matthew, you multi-lives together. Holy God. When I look at like the life of the energy line, you guys, many, many, many lives. This is why you feel so passionate about him.
Oh, yes. I mean, I still do it. Never left. And I kept saying, no, it is not an imaginary friend. He's real.
He's real. He's so real. Yeah.
He was always with me, and people thought I was nuts. And then
no, you're not nuts at all, babe. So I've had a lot of readings with people that have twins and their other twin has passed. And their twin very much still communicates with them loud and clear, just like Matthew's communicating with you.
Oh, that just makes me want to cry. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and so he just said to me,
loved and so good.
He said to me that he's always reassuring you, always.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just so amazing. And you just talked to my daughter Carrie about with her animals, because she's like something else with spirituality and stuff. And
yeah, because she's gifted too.
Said, who do you think Maxie is? Who do you think Maxie is? You know, and she kept saying, it's got to be someone real. It's somebody.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
You answered a question I've had all my life.
Yeah, that's so cool. I think it's so awesome that he's still this close to you. Twins have a way different bond than other people. It's crazy, crazy.
Yeah, nothing was ever mentioned that I had a twin or that I lost, you know.
Yeah, I don't even think they knew it was there. You know, it's like you guys came to this world, you know, like you guys, for a reason he wasn't come into the physical part of himself.
Sure. And will we be reunited someday?
Of course. Yes.
Oh, that's so fabulous.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. You have just made my life.
Well, I'm so happy that you have this confirmation, and he is too, actually. Like he's giving me the goosebumps. he's like, thank you. So she knows. Yeah.
That's great.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carol.
Thank you so much for your. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All righty, bye-bye. Wow, that's pretty incredible, Deb. That's how does it feel on your end when you just know that you've actually changed the trajectory of somebody's life?
So when that happens, Greg, that is why I do what I do right there. Yeah. That's it. When people get what they need so that they can understand that they're not crazy. And that's why I do the retreats. That's why I do the classes. That's why I speak every time I get the chance, so people can understand that they too are gifted. When I was a kid, Greg, I got so many diagnoses. like out of this world. They thought I was just bat crazy. But I'm not.
No,
And
not at all.
here it is I'm just really, really gifted. And so are a lot of others.
Absolutely, absolutely. Why don't we go ahead and do this, folks? This is why you want to call in, because having that back and forth and stuff, you can't beat it. You honestly can't. Let's take our next break. When we come back, we're going to continue the one question reading. So if you want to call, get in there now, 952-946-6205, or put it into the comments. We'll still read them. You're listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
Hello, I'm Jody, also known as Witch Jody on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
Twin Cities Pagan Pride is thrilled to host Paganicon 2024, March 15th through the 17th at the Crown Plaza, Minneapolis West Hotel. Come to Paganicon to experience deep community where people gather to learn, socialize, and get inspired. Check out all the featured guests and list of activity at tcpaganpride.org. Plus, register now to take advantage of the weekend discount in effect until February 18th. Paganicon is a pagan conference offering workshops, panels, discussions, social space, music, a ball, vendors, and much more. Paganicon is an educational and social venue for pagans, Wiccans, heathens, druids, people of other folk, craft, indigenous, and magical traditions. Come to Paganicon to experience deep community where people gather to learn, socialize, and get inspired. Paganicon is a safe place, not only to be yourself, but to meet other like-minded individuals. Register now to take advantage of the weekend discount in effect until February 18th. Go to TC Pagan Pride and click on Paganicon to register and get more details.
And join us tomorrow on Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken. We're going to do a replay. Thursday I do replays, and then I do Myth or Mystery on Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken on Facebook. But tomorrow night we're replaying our episode with Ken Boggle, which is a fantastic discussion about his program on Hulu. But then Adam and I will be back on Friday with a live show, Casual Friday. So get your thoughts in. And for those who listen to my show on Monday when we talked about Bigfoot experiences and stuff, I really didn't get a chance to read the responses that people gave us on Facebook. So I think we're going to spend a lot of that time on Friday going through those responses, which is going to be pretty awesome. Now, I have with me Psychic Medium Deb, Refined Divine. We've been doing one question readings tonight. This has been a lot of fun. Because we're in our final segment, Deb, before we get into it further, do you have any shows or fairs coming up like this weekend or anything?
We're going to be in Stevens Point, Wisconsin this weekend on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll be with the Rooted Holistics team. So we travel with them in the spring and the fall.
That's fantastic. And should people just go to your Facebook page to see a lot of the stuff that's going on with you and everything?
You can, or you can go to Psychic Medium. What's our...
Refined Divine
Psychic. Sorry, I had to ask Dave. Refined Divine Psychic is our website. And then we have our events page there. And you can follow our schedule of everywhere we are. And then also wherever we're at, we do house parties the day after. If we're in your area and you ever want me to come to your home and host a house party, we do groups of 8 or larger. and we do that.
Wow, that sounds like fun. That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
That's
If
really
you
neat.
feed me, I'm extra funny.
Well, here's the thing. Do you ever take a day off?
No.
That's the kind of Dave. I can hear Dave in the background. No, she doesn't.
Dave's like, oh, when am I gonna take a day off? But if I give him a day off, Greg, that then he's in here working. So
Well, so yeah, it doesn't work either way. Well, we're gonna keep you working just a little bit longer tonight as we're doing one question readings. And as we've been saying, if you want to get your question in, please put it into the comments. We'll do our very best to get to everybody. But we've been saying all night that if you call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205, that you get put to the front of the line. And some people have been taking advantage of it tonight, and that's where we're going to go right now. We have Lynette on line 1. And Lynette, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you, Greg?
Oh, thank you so much for calling in. How exciting. What could Deb do for you?
Well, okay, this is a weird question, but you're used to that. So, no, I'm asking actually for my passed on mother, and I don't know if that works or not, but let's try it. There's my question. My mom has passed, and she was always like this really skeptical person, but then she would say something, they'd be like, Mom, that's amazing. She goes, yeah, but there's nothing to it. And I remember she would always say that her parents, would make fun of her when she was a kid because she said, I had this secret friend and his name was Bogan. And she said, my parents would get mad at me, like, stop talking about Bogan. And I would say, Mom, that was probably, who knows who that was? Aren't you curious? And she's like, no, it was just some kid thing. But I always wondered over the years, Bogan was such an interesting name to me. Would you be able to answer like who that was for my mother?
Yep, definitely a spirit in the house. Yep, it was already there. So when she lived there.
Oh, well, it was a very old farmhouse, so that could very well be.
Oh yeah. Yep, absolutely. So that's where they reside. And sometimes they choose to stay here on this realm, and they'll pick people that have beacons of light, like your mother. So she was really gifted, but because they crushed her, right? When people crush us and tell us that it's not true and to stop doing that and don't do that. And so we stop paying attention to the spirits, and we stop paying attention to everything that's on the other side, and it blocks us up and it stops our gifts.
Exactly. And that's what I used to tell her. I said, yeah, there was something there, but
oh yes. But then she had to stop because like seriously, like I could feel it. It's like, you stop right now or else. Like she didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for the call, Lynette. I really appreciate it. Have a good night.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. So with that, I want to go and get in some other names. I was going to ask though real fast, do you think society's gotten better with that sort of thing of suppressing that with younger children when they see and hear things? Because like you said, so many times, it's like the more that an adult suppresses it, the more that goes away. And next thing you know, that they're just like they're waving that sort of stuff off as for like Carol, a imaginary friend or something.
Right. So Greg, I was put into a special education program because of my gifts, and they didn't know what to do with me. And so what I did is I went into the educational system. I did 7 years as a substitute teacher in special education because I was looking for the kids. And that's the reason why I did it. And you're exactly right. It is getting a lot better. And the thing I always say in my galleries or when I'm speaking, all the things, is that any child can see me for $25. I know that people are always strapped for money, it seems, and that children just really do need the reassurance that it is okay and that this is real, and helping understand so they can keep their gifts. So I always have that door open for them, and it's only $5 for kids that are teenage years because we don't want to expose them too young, for $5 to come to class. And then I also have a lot of scholarship programs for people who can't afford it at all, because I do want kids to be able to get what they need so that they can be okay and not have those mental illness diagnoses put on them.
And all that, is all that on your website for people to kind of take a look and see what options there are and stuff?
So we should put that on the website. Good point, Greg.
Well, I'm good for something tonight. I was able to offer something to the conversation at least, which is more than most.
We do have somebody that's working on the website currently. We just hired her, so it's going to be getting better.
Awesome. Very good. Why don't we get to a couple more readings? We'll try to get through as many as we can tonight. You guys are out there, the listeners. You're amazing. You are really putting in a lot of questions tonight, so really appreciate it. Carla asked the question just very simply. Carla says, "What do my guides want me to know?"
Slow down, take time, and breathe. We're going very fast at a rapid pace in many directions. It's time to really focus on yourself and stop putting yourself in so many different areas. It seems like she's cutting herself really thin.
Okay. All right. And she's still here. She just said hi, Debbie. I said that like she's a spirit, like she's still here, Deb. I can hear. She said hi to you.
She's still here. Yeah.
That's my chance to play medium for the night. Well, that's good. Hopefully, Carla, hopefully that resonates with you. She says it does. So this is good. And once again, that's comment. That's not me energetically feeling it. Let's see. Sharon says, "Are you seeing anything changing for me in the next year?"
Well, Sharon, it feels like that you have a little bit going on with work where it feels like we're not quite happy or we're feeling bored. So it feels like maybe you want something that gives you a little bit more of a challenge or a better environment. So it looks like, just one foot in front of another and make a choice. It feels like you kind of weigh back and forth on this some days, and some days you feel like it's okay and some days you don't. So, just make a choice and stick with it. Because remember, the universe only hears what we pay our attention on. So we get a mixed vibration if we're bouncing back and forth.
Now, I'm not trying to have a go at Sharon. And Sharon, I hope you please understand this. I'm just curious. I'm just curious about like this sort of question. You see anything changing for me in the next year? And it's nice to have maybe that confidence, maybe at the ground level, but it also comes down to, because I just had gone through a pretty nasty year for me. And it's like, for me, I knew things needed to change, but I also knew that I needed to change them. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, I'm hoping and I'm trying to be careful with Sharon because I don't want her to think that I'm accusing her of not taking her own destiny in. But I guess my message is that when people ask that question, I hope that they are taking that into account and they're just asking because they just want to know, is the work I'm putting into it paying off or going to pay off?
Absolutely. And taking the initiative and making the choice. Because remember, in life, it's just choices that bring karmic reaction. So if you want good karma, make good choices.
And that's why I liked your response of like, you got to figure out what direction you're going. You're putting 1 foot forward. So
And when I look at people's energy lines, I can't see a definite if they haven't made a decision. Like it just looks like possibilities. Like there's no, because she's back and forth. I don't have a definite.
Right. Absolutely. Let's see here. I'm going in order, folks, of how I received it the best I can, because I think that's the fairest way to approach it. But I do have a health question. It's a general one, though. Do you want me to pass that or do you want to just see it?
Let's see it.
It's just basically Dina asks, how's my health?
Stress levels really high. Calm down, Dina. She's got a lot of stuff in the pot. Brewing, and she looks like she's, her energy is just really stretched thin. Take a deep breath and calm down and come to self. Makes me shake at what she's got going on over there. It's a lot.
And then when I said no health questions, please, I bet that must have been muted from the broadcast because I do have another one. Do you want me just to put it up and see? Just
yeah, that's fine.
And you could once again, folks. The disclaimer here is that Deb is not a doctor, so
nope.
Just keep that in mind. But Joanne asked the question, do you see me walking again and when?
Well, Joanne, I feel like there's a lot of trauma stuff that happened in your past. So when we talk about energies that get trapped in the bodies, we sometimes will have instances or accidents that will cause the body harm so that we can learn and work through our lessons. And that's what I feel a lot of this is. If I could recommend a book to you, it would be Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. It is a really good book about ailments and diseases that are in our bodies and how we create our reality and how we can work through emotions that are trapped in the body also with trauma accidents and any kind of illnesses. She is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful writer. She's passed away. I channel her often, and I really feel strongly that this book would really help you get back up on your feet. Also, there's a encyclopedia of ailments and diseases that I use often in my readings when people have a lot of medical conditions, and I gift them often too because they really are helpful.
Now, we only have about 2 minutes left, but I feel that this is important for me to say. And once again, it's not directed at you, Joanne, but I've done enough work with psychic mediums, people who do metaphysical work and stuff like this. When someone like Deb is saying, even though it may not be the answer you want to hear, you might want to hear something a little bit more, straightforward, like you're going to walk starting this date or whatever. When a medium says, this is what you should be reading, this is what you'd be doing, it's called giving work to someone, giving them work to do. You have to follow it. It's all part of the journey. If you're just like, well, that wasn't what I'm going to hear, I'm not going to care about the book or anything like that, then it's not going to help you. If you want to ask the question, you do want to get the help, then follow what Deb is saying. It's just for everybody.
It will really help her. I mean, tremendously, to understand about the blocked up emotions.
Let's see here. I don't think we have. I hate to say it. I don't think we have time for one more. We're getting pretty much close to the end here. Why don't we do this? Everyone, thank you so much for putting your questions. I'm sorry we didn't get to everybody this week, but you're gonna be back, I hope, right?
Yeah, of course. I love being on with you. It's a lot of fun.
That's great. And then, once again, would you mind? Because I already forgot, and it sounds like you might have forgotten too. Dave, what's your website again?
Dave?
www.refinedivinepsychic.com.
That's awesome. Thank you both very much for everything tonight. Really appreciate it. Once again, Adam, thank you so much, and Danielle for coming out through the weather to do the show. Thank you both so much for that. We'll be back Friday with a live show. It's Casual Friday. You all are amazing. Happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Come see the trained chimp. It's the Matt McNeil Show.